welcome to this episode of the VAR podcast. My name remains Ambassador, and I'm your host as usual. Today, we shall be having a very important guest this morning. But before we do that, we all know that, as it is being said, the university system lacks touch with reality. We've come to note why most of us were in the university, especially those in the engineering department. Most times they tell you you meet maybe a first, second, or third year student in engineering. All they want to do is that when they're out, they'll work somewhere in Shell, Chevron, some want to work in big multinationals, the NNPC. But when reality dawns on you, you will now understand. So, with me today on the studio, we shall be deliberating on this topic, the Renewed Hope Employment Initiative Program of the National Directorate of Employment, Enugu, and job creation for Enugu youth. Before I introduce the head of department public works of the NDE Enugu State, I want to let us know that this NDE is a creation for something so specific and strategic. With me today is the HOD of Public Works, NDE Enugu, Sam Ejiofor Ugwoke. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much.
All right. We love this the aesthetics, the way God designed
Ambassador.
and created.
You have yours too.
Yes. Yeah, mine is just coming. We are upcoming.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much for coming, sir.
Thank you.
Before we go to the NDE proper, can we just know you in a bit?
Okay. Just like you said, my name is Sam Ejiofor Ugwoke. I am the present HOD, Special Public Works Department, National Directorate of Employment, Enugu office. Our office is at number 28 Upper Avenue, Enugu, just immediately after EEDC office, along the road. Thank you.
All right. Today we're discussing about the Renewed Hope Employment Initiative. This particular NDE was created in 1986 for the sole aim of job creation. By that, what do you guys mean? And how have you guys gone about this job creation of a thing?
Okay. Thank you very much for the question. Just like you said in your introduction, the essence of people going to the university, everybody will say, I want to go to the university. When I come out, I for one, I read geology. And the major purpose of going to study geology is to work in an oil company when I come out. But then, something happened along the line. Yes, I'm working now, but in 1986, federal government saw that there is no way everybody can be absorbed into white-collar job. Yes, they decided to create alternative to white-collar job. That is a job skill acquisition and entrepreneurship development. One of the problems down here in Africa today is that everybody wants to work. Then no one thinks about creating job and maybe be on your own and even employ people. So that was what prompted the creation of NDE. NDE was created in the year 1986 with mandate of 1, job creation, 2, entrepreneurship development and vocational skill acquisition training to Nigerian youths, especially youth within the age of 18 and 40. So that was the essence of creating NDE. So NDE has been impacting skills, training people in different endeavor of life. In NDE after creation was structured into 4 basic programs so that they can coordinate the affairs. We have the Rural Employment Development Program, which takes care of everything that has to do with agribusiness, agricultural development training, agricultural training, sustainable agriculture, fishery, piggery, name them. Every aspect of agricultural development training. They will train. After training you, will counsel you on how to do business, because most times it is not all about getting trained. After training, you need to start up your own. Then people need to be counseled on the way to handle business. Business is not just start. You start business and start making money, and you need to learn it. So in agri field, we did this with agri program. Then down to vocational skill development department, they are in charge of every the vocational skills, technical skills, and vocational skills like plumbing, aluminum fabrication, welding, autotronics, auto mechanics, fashion and designing, hairdressing. Name them. There are too many. Currently, because of the trend in tech development, they have incorporated even digital marketing, web design, and so whatnot, photography, video editing, to blend with the current reality in the market today because of the adventure of technology. Okay, that aside, there's another department that is in charge of small scale enterprise. They are business department of NDE. They are in charge of business counseling, entrepreneurship development training. After undergoing training with those people, you will understand that to do business, you seriously need that training. Under the SSE department, there is a unit created specifically for women. In Nigeria today, everything in government design, you must have to have design for women. So that web unit is specifically for women. So under that, they do all sorts of training like cosmetology, catering, how to produce spices and other things that has to do with kitchen. Then down to special public works, where I am the HOD. We have numerous programs. Our programs are designed into three. There is one for attachment, where graduates are being recruited. You recruit graduates. Going to university does not guarantee that you are employable. Most times after graduating, especially in most of these practical courses, you see a graduate without practical knowledge, without any atom of training in that particular field that he has studied. So the directorate have deemed it fit that these graduates need to be attached somewhere for a particular period of time for them to undergo mentorship and training before they can be very much employable and exposed to the market for employers to have access to them. So in my department, we recruit young graduates between the age of 18 and 40. We attach them to different establishments that are in line with what they study in the university. The essence is for them to gain mentorship and on-the-job training before going into the nitty-gritty of the labor market. Then over time, after national exams like WAEC, NECO, JAMB, the directorate studied the outcome of those exams and saw that the students are not really doing very, very well, and decided to come in and see how they beef up with the coaching and training of students, especially those who have sat for WAEC and NECO and JAMB before and did not make it. So they came up with graduate coaching scheme. We recruit graduates, young graduates in different subjects, depending on their area of specialization. We'll attach them to different schools for them to beef up the scarcity of teachers in the school and train those people for them to be able to pass their WAEC and NECO. As we speak currently, we have 3 centers in Enugu where the graduate coaching scheme is being carried out free to students. It's an open extramural lesson.
Where are these centers?
Yes, we have one in Annunciation Secondary School at Nike here. We have one at Queen's Comprehensive Secondary School at Wang, and we have one at Magmed Secondary School, Enugu Ezike, Ugurute.
Okay.
Yes, we did it in a way that it will be centralized into the 3 zones of Enugu for people to benefit. Then, apart from the graduate aspect of my department, we have other skills we'll carry out. We'll train people in solar energy training scheme, where we'll train people how to do solar energy installation, solar design, and everything that has to do with solar. You understand with me that currently electricity is phasing out. We are entering into the era of solar system. Most people don't use electricity to power their houses anymore. They use electricity generated from the sun. So that is why we decided to dive into that and train Nigerian youths. We have people in environmental beautification, horticultural activities. We have people in caves making, hard landscaping, interlocking, incretes, even POP, paint making, construction. So all these we are designed so that even graduates can go into these skills, gain training, and establish on their own without waiting for that white collar job that is nowhere to be found. So that is the essence, that is the mandate of NDE. Then the present government of President Ahmed Tinubu came on board and introduced the Renew Hope Employment Initiative, which synced perfectly with the mandate of NDE.
What's the renewed hope mandate like with respect to this
job creation, youth empowerment, and job creation? That's just the summary.
Okay, for the
Renew Hope Employment Initiative of NDE, which is in line with the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's mandate.
Okay, like I know that the NDE, you've done phase 1.
Yes.
The training where you recruited and trained about 93,731
perfectly
individuals nationwide.
Nationwide, yes.
Then, being the HOD, Special Public Works in Enugu, and in that first phase, we had about 2,600
persons from Enugu. Yes.
Now, in September 2025, the second phase
came on board.
Yes. There we have about 41,300 persons nationwide.
Yes.
And Enugu State now we have about 1,122 persons. So how would you rate this state? Don't you think that the participation is low?
Yes, the participation is low considering the number of unemployed youths out there. Yes, the number being recruited is low compared to the number of unemployed youths out there. But then the recruitment is done in phases. We are in the second phase now. The second phase is on training now. They will exit training in the first week of December. Then they will be empowered. We will train, and while on training, the federal government pays stipends to those trainees for them to for it to augment their transport allowance and other logistics going for training. So once they exit, another phase will come. So the number being recruited are very much low compared to the teeming population out there. But then the job is not done, shouldn't be rest on the shoulder of the federal government alone. That is where our stakeholders come on board. Stakeholders are the state governor, House of Assembly members, senators, House of Rep members, local government chairmen. In NDE in Enugu State here, we have 3 training centers in the 3 zones of Enugu State. The essence of citing those 3 training centers is for our stakeholders to collaborate. You collaborate with NDE. You come to NDE, tell them you want to train your constituents. You want to train 500 constituents in this particular area of endeavor. And after the training, you will resettle them. NDE has master trainers scattered all over everywhere in Enugu. In the 3 senatorial zones, we have master trainers in different fields, ready to partner with every stakeholder that is ready to partner with NDE. So the recruitment and training shouldn't be rested on the NDE or state or federal government alone. Stakeholders, private individuals, well-meaning Nigerians should come in. The chase of unemployment should be collaborative. Yes, the effect of unemployment is not on one person. Everybody is facing the heat. You talk about insecurity in the society is as a result of unemployment, especially on the side of the youths. So the fight to curb unemployment should be a joint fight by everybody. So that's why I call for people to collaborate with NDE. We are open to collaboration. Yes.
Okay, before we now talk about this collaboration, there's something about politicians. Sometimes when you bring this kind of thing close to them, one of the things that comes to their mind is this: are you sure this person is not coming to eat me? So how has that been with this fight?
Yes. As a person, I've talked to so many politicians to key in into NDA program. I've done that on my individual ground. My state coordinator, Mr. Godwin Oloka, who when once immediately he assumed office, has been going around to different local government chairmen to tell them about the skills, the programs of NDA, and where they can collaborate. Well, it's always like that. Once money is involved, everybody has right to feel any way it is, but the program is open. It is a very open system that we don't even demand money from you. All we need for you to collaborate with us, we'll give you the manpower, the master trainers to train people, even at your doorstep. If you want us to come and train people in your village, we'll do it. We'll have a caravan. We'll call it School on Wheel.
Yeah.
We'll roll our caravan to your location. We'll open the caravan. Every training skill is there. So we'll train people at your disposal. So the psychology of most politicians, that is normal. But then the reality is on ground. ND has done a great job. The statistics are there, and even during the recruitment, it cannot be influenced. The recruitment is done online. The selection is done online, and even the posting is done online. So everything is automated. So the way politicians feel most times does not count. Very many of them are keying in. Yes. So many politicians has keyed into NDE programs. Even the local government chairman currently working in Enugu State now, we are training people for them.
Okay.
So
So, like now, talking about this renewed hope, thing coming into the NDE, what are the available resources? Or is it just these ones that you mentioned for other stakeholders to come in and key in so that it can get to every nook and cranny of Kenya?
yes, the resources always are not always available the way we need it. We need it. They are always at limited. But then the essence of training people, after training you, the federal government will resettle you to start up on your own. And it is a mandate on you when you start up on your own to pick up one or two persons and start training them. So it is a recycling process where with time everybody will get involved. Currently, I know about 4 or 5 of our trainees that will train, who are now our master trainers. Yes, we trained them in the past, and during subsequent recruitment, having established them, they became our trainer, and we are posting people to them to get trained as well. So it is revolving, but it cannot be done by one particular channel alone. That is the need why we are calling for collaborators, individual and politicians. When meaning individuals should come in and train people. Once you get somebody trained, you have empowered that person. Even when you don't resettle that person, yes, most schemes are capital intensive, like solar energy installation. It is capital intensive, but then when you know the scale, you can partner, you can team up as maybe 4 or 5 persons to establish and be doing the business. With time, you can decide to separate and be on your own. Maybe when you must have made money. So
Okay,
that is it.
I've heard so many young people interacting with them and also reading from them. You talked about you train and you resettle.
Yes.
Then sometimes where the resettlement doesn't come in, one should find a way to team up.
Yeah.
I hear young people say that one of the reasons why they are not doing their craft or trade is because they don't have access to money.
It is not an absolute truth, especially with youths of these days. Everybody wants it the easy way, especially the advent of what we call today as a Yahoo Yahoo. People, youth no longer want to work. They want it the easy way. Must I always suffer before I get this? It is not done that way. You must have to sow before you reap. I'm telling you the truth. You must have to sow before you reap. You don't expect to sit and wait for manna to fall from heaven. You get once you get you acquire skill. My brother, the sky will be your limit. Once you have a skill and you know your way into the skill, one job well done is a signboard for you to get another job. And the way things are going now, technology wise, everybody needs a skill. Everybody needs a skill. High paying skill. Every skill is highly paying now. If you go into construction, building construction, everything about building construction is money. Talk about bricklaying, carpentry, painting, POP, tiling, increte, name them. These are high paying skills, even overseas. So everybody should think about skill. Without skill, we are not going anywhere because the white collar job is not there.
The white collar job, you still need skilled labor.
Those of us that has white collar job are still aspiring to have one more skills. I have more than 3 here as I see it. I'm still aspiring to have more skills so that even if when I retire, I can.
You can refire. Good. So, and that's one thing I asked when I said, tell us more about yourself, because the reason is this: we no longer need people that will come and preach what they don't practice.
Yes.
Now you are in NDE. Yes, I know you better, but there are some that don't know you. So it would be nice while working with the NDE as a white collar job thing that rhymes with your beards, then you should also let them know that when they talk about 3D photography, you're there and some other things, so that this can encourage people. So what are the 3 other things you do aside?
Okay. Before going to the university, I learned sewing. I'm a trained tailor. Yeah, I started when I was in the secondary school from my JS2. After school, I go and learn. I learned from JS2, JS3, SS1, 3 years. So it was pulling me back academically. I stopped. After writing my WAEC, the gap between WAEC and writing JAMB was a fire for me. I intensified my training in fashion designing. And that was what saw me through the university. Yes, when I was in the university, I had my sewing machine in my room in Nsukka, University of Nigeria, Nsukka. Yes. Then after graduating from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, I studied geology. The whole aspiration was to go into oil and gas firm and oil exploration, but the job was not forthcoming. Almost at the tail end of my graduation, I started photography. I loved photography because it was more or less a synergy program in geology. You cannot talk about geology without talking about field trips. And during field trips, you snap pictures, you do mapping, geology, you do your graphic design and mapping. So it was almost a kind of a program devotion to me. So I delved into photography, but I didn't know that in a time will come, photography will be paying me well. Yes. When I got job in NDE, I didn't know much about NDE when I resumed working with NDE. So, but when I got to NDE, I saw everything about NDE. I said, fine, I'm in the right track. I went back to photography, bought sophisticated equipment and started photography in a big way. And that gave rise to 3D media and the event solution you do today. And everybody knows as a media giant. We are into photography, video. Once it has to do with digital production, call us. We are there. So, and the way it is now, photography and videography is taking a different dimension,
for
and
content
for
creation.
content creation and everything. So we are improving by the day. That is why I said, even those of us in the civil service that has white collar job, we are still aspiring to learn more skills. Yes. Outside this, I'm a field geologist. I'm into borehole drilling and environmental services. Yes. I did a job in a new independently the other day that I posted on Facebook. People started calling me, asking me whether I got this kind of water in Enugu. I say yes, there's massive water in Enugu. It depends on who handled it. So that's it.
Okay, now let me now come a bit specific because we will be capping this thing. But before then, I want to say thank you to our listening audience. Um, like you all know, this is Ambassador, and I'm your host as usual. Thank you for liking, thank you for commenting, thank you for subscribing to on our YouTube channel. One of the things we do at VAR Podcast is that we bring men and also discuss critical issues. And like we know, skills, the earth, and the bridging of the gap is a very critical thing that needs to be looked into. And today we have the HOD Special Public Works NDE Enugu State, Sam Ejiofor Ugwoke. Now to you, sir.
Yeah.
Can individuals just come into the NDE office and like apply to do a training?
Yes.
Or must it be a group?
No, it mustn't be a group. Currently, we document, apart from training and empowering people, part of our mandate is to document those who are not employed. We document people, unemployed people, and once there's window for people to get trained, we'll link them up. We'll send message to them, come and enroll for this. There's window for you to come and get trained. Then there are other people, employers, who would want NDE to employ people, this category of people for them. They come to us, tell us the kind of specification they want. We'll advertise for them. After advertisement, people will submit application and we'll vet those people, interview them and get the best for them and introduce them to the employer. That is part of what we do. So an individual can come and get enrolled. It mustn't be a group. Yes, a group can decide to come and maybe somebody wants to sponsor them then, and we will collaborate with them. But what is it's an open window for recruitment. Anybody can come in. These days it's even easy. You don't even need to come to NDE to get recruited. With your phone, you can apply through the NDE website. As simple as that.
But is the fee affordable for individuals?
They don't pay. It's a free training. In fact, the federal government pays you stipend to be trained.
Oh, so even as if I come now as an individual and I'm being recruited, federal government will
pay you transport fee to come and learn skill.
So what advice do you have for the young people?
Yes, my advice for the young people, my young colleagues, because I'm also young. Forget the white beard. I'm still a young man. Skill is the ultimate. Without skill, we are going nowhere. Forget the blah blah digital tapping. This digital experience.
No, which one is
the Yahoo?
Be specific.
Yes.
If we say digital tapping, there are things people do.
Yes, the Yahoo syndrome is really dealing with our Nigerian youth, with our youth. It will not last. It doesn't give you that joy, the money you need. Get something doing on your own. It will pay you off one day. You must not get everything the same time. It's a gradual thing.
Because if everybody keeps doing the tapping, who will not build the chairs when you not make the money?
That is it.
Who will not construct the houses? Or are we hoping to...
The digital skill one has can be utilized in a more legitimate way and be earning money. In fact, the blue money now is in tech. So the other, yes, the blue money now is in tech. It's giving more money at your comfort of your zone. You can be working on a remote basis. You can be working as a full-time tech. So my advice to Nigerian youth is for them to key in, skill acquisition is the intent now.
Yeah, this renewed hope gets
The renewed hope agenda of Mr. President is what everybody should key in. We recruit you, train you for free, give you money for your transport, and at the same time resettle you, give you money to start that thing you were trained on.
Okay. Now, after this one, you now give us the final note.
Okay.
Is there any way you people monitor the people you resettle?
Yes. We monitor you from the point of recruitment during training. Yes. Then after resettling you, we monitor you and mentor you the more. We have a department called Inspectorate Department. Their duty is to monitor and counsel people on how to do business, time management, customer care relationship. You know, that is there's a section that handles that. Yes.
Okay. So finally, what which sets of individuals do you want to appreciate for this thing? Why I'm saying this is that for me, each time I hear NDE, I think maybe there is a money to be paid or thank you for this notification, because so many persons do think same.
No.
So is there?
Yes.
And also, before as you're thanking, also tell us other things you feel like the government, every other person coming into keying into this thing so that we can reduce unemployment and increase job creation for people.
Yeah, I wish to thank the Director General of NDE, His Excellency Silas Agara, for his wonderful initiative in line with the President of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. I wish also to thank my state coordinator, Mr. Odo Godwin, who is the state coordinator NDE Enugu State, for his wonderful job, and other management staff of NDE. It's a teamwork. It's not something that is done by one person. My advice and prayers is that stakeholders of Enugu State should key in. It is not the chase for unemployment should not be done by NDA alone. We need collaborators, the state government, House of Assembly members, senators, House of Rep members, local government chairmen, and the wealthy individual who wish to help people, alleviate people from poverty.
Yeah, so instead of give
instead of giving away money that the person will just go out and spend without even remembering how he got that money, the best giveaway now is to give that person skill. Yes. Give that person skill, and you can give that person skill affordably through NDE.
All right, thank you so very much. It's indeed a pleasure to having the HOD Special Public Works NDE Enugu Sam Ejiofor Ugwoke. I remain my humble self, Ambassador, the VAR Podcast.